Hi YouTube! Welcome to another video, and today I have a little something I built out of Legos yesterday. So, what it is a little Lego Commodore 64 set. So you have your floppy disk drive right here with a floppy disk. Doesn't eject it very well, but a little Lego floppy disk. You have a joystick right here. You have the computer itself right here, and then we have your monitor. Let's bring the camera down on that. So you have your monitor, your floppy disk drive, your computer, and your computer. And the cool thing about the monitor is with this piece, if I stick a special piece in the back without breaking it, like I just did, as you see, it will light up. So, the monitor that lights up, which is way too bright on the screen, a computer, and a floppy drive. Let me get these separated for you guys, and I'll be back recording. And we're back. So, we have the Commodore 64 itself here with the keys. So, as you see right there, we have the light. Let me zoom in on that. We have the light. We have where the Commodore logo would be. I couldn't find the right color, so I'd use a brown piece, and I couldn't find the right color here, gray. And I couldn't find the right color for all these keys, so I'd use tan pieces, and I didn't have enough the right color to do the whole body. Let's do a tour. So, right now, right here, I have the two control ports for controllers and other things that would plug into the controller ports. And then anyone who knows a Commodore 64 would know right there would be where the power would go. So we have our power cable. I'm looking on the back. We have our cartridge slot. So we got to plug the cartridge into it like that, and got our cartridge. So now we have that port, which I forget what it's called. We have our monitor port, and our floppy drive printer port. Whatever that port is, I forget if it's that one that you plug the cassette deck into, or that one, or the one over there. I don't know. Leave a comment below if you do know. Then on the side, it's empty, and I just squeeze that down tighter. So there's that. The cartridge is just one of those 1x2 double height pieces. For the power cord, we just have one of these strings. I actually probably should make a box and clip it on there to be the box and the power cord that takes the power to the 120 volts down to whatever voltage it needs. Then we have our controller, which is an upside down ice cream cone, a stud, one of these elbow pieces, and another elbow piece right there, so I can fit that in, and a smooth piece. Oh, we also have the monitor connector right there, so to connect a monitor up to it, which is just a gold chain. I couldn't find another one of those, the strings, so I just used a gold chain. Okay, so next we have the monitor itself, which it's just a box with a window in it. Actually, this has two windows. On the back we have a power cord, and then we have the activation switch to activate the light. So what I do is I take this piece and stick it in there, and now you can see the light. It looks better in person, trust me. So, oh, gotta move that. Then it's just one of the light bricks in there. Okay, and then moving on, the floppy drive. So we have one of these cables for the power cord. Don't know what they're called. Another one of these cables for the connector cable to connect this to the computer itself. And then inside currently it has a floppy disk inside, or a fake floppy disk. We have our two ports, so one to plug it into the computer and one for a daisy chain. Our power cord port, so you stick that in there and then plug it into the power brick. That fuse turny thingy to replace the fuse, and you're on the switch. And then on the front we just have this thing that moves up and down to close in the floppy disk. So we take the floppy disk and we just stick it in there and then close it, and then to get the floppy disk out we pull up and it comes out. And then I built a special base for it to sit on. So right here is where your floppy drive sits on. So it sits on these three right here. So these two light green and the brown. So it sits like that. And then what you do is you take the power cable to this. Oh my god, it's so shaky. So power cable, and then you plug it in right there. Let me figure out how I turn on the light quickly. Oh, there. So power cable just plugs into that, like right there. So there we have that. Maybe we can see inside this thing a little bit. I'll show the system for that later. And then let's do the monitor next. So we just take the monitor and put it right there. But first we're gonna want to take the Commodore 64's power cable and plug that into there, and that's sticking out there because this power block goes under. So you're gonna want to plug that in right there, because that right there is where the computer sits. So we're gonna want to take this and plug it in. Sorry about the break, or if you missed something, because my camera randomly turned off, and if you hear another break, it's because my camera randomly turned off again. I'm assuming the battery's low. And then gotta take this and plug it into the front. So small. Okay, there. So that's plugged into the front right there. And the Commodore 64's power cable plugs into the side, like on the real thing. Right here, we plug in another power cable. So, click, well, not the power cable, but the joystick. Then the last thing is the cable to connect it to the floppy drive. So we're gonna take that, plug it in there. Come on. Oh my gosh. Why doesn't... I am not good at this. I probably should have plugged this in before I put the Commodore 64 on there, but I don't want to do it now. really hard doing this with a camera. There we are. Then we just gotta plug it in back there. And now it is good. So I'm just gonna plug in the floppy disk and plug this in. And then so now we have the full Commodore 64 setup. And I broke the thing again. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!